This is the thing. Who you choose to hang around with, who you choose to have in your posse, is exactly who you become. Choose your posse wisely. I'm here to tell you that putting yourself first is not selfish, it's revolutionary. Welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast, empowering women to light their lives on fire through Ayurveda, yoga, spirituality, and fitness. Jai Bhagwan, everybody, especially the ladies out there, and welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Satyavani, and everybody's favorite co-host is with me.
Prajna Madhavi. Hello, everyone.
You are everybody's favorite.
Am I? Really?
I have assigned that.
Nice. All right. I'll take it.
I love it. So, my friends, today since we're coming to the end of the year, we thought that it might be beneficial to give some tips for the holidays. So we have passed Thanksgiving, which we'll check in on Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. We've passed Thanksgiving and hope all of you had a fabulous day of thanks. And we are moving towards the Christmas holiday, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever celebration it is that you do in the month of December, and creeping up on the end of the year. It's actually pretty phenomenal for me to think about that we are already at the 4th of December.
Yeah, it goes really quickly.
It really is.
The older I get, the faster time goes.
Right?
Which makes being in the moment like that much more important, I think.
I love that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I felt like the month of December to get to Christmas Eve was like 100 years.
Hey, that little advent calendar, I'm like, why is it still on the one?
Remember that?
Yeah.
Did you have the advent calendar that had the chocolate inside?
No, we had one that my grandma actually made, and
look at
it was really adorable. You would tie like these little stuffed figurines. Now that I think about it, that's a really cool thing that she made. And so you had these little figurines in
that came out of
a tree
the thing
that you would untie and take off. It was really adorable.
Oh,
yeah.
And did you put those figurines on your regular Christmas tree?
No, they're just little tiny ones.
Okay,
you just
I love that.
Yeah, they were cute. So
we did chocolate.
Yeah. No, my grandma was a huge quilter. Oh my God.
And she crafted and stuff.
Oh, she was so
That's
good.
kind of a Midwest thing though, right?
Well, yeah.
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 That's in New York we didn't do that. we got the advent calendar at I don't even remember. I'd have to ask this. Mom, you got to remind me where we used to get the advent calendar, but you had you opened the little door and there was a piece of chocolate and it was cool because as you got closer to Christmas, Christmas Day, there was always a big Santa face.
Oh.
And the chocolate got larger as you got closer to Christmas. It was very cool.
Nice.
I miss that. But y'all did not come to listen to this to talk about our Christmas advent calendars.
Maybe some of you did. I don't know.
Maybe.
Whatever.
But today we are going to discuss tips for the holidays so that we can bring you into the new year nice and strong and empowered like we always love to do. But before we do that, and before we do our regular wellness check-in, we want to give you some beautiful updates about what's happening at the Woman Warrior Academy. So everybody knows that we have our Costa Rica trip that's coming up in February.
Yep.
And spots are filling, so we want to make sure that if you are indeed interested in joining us in February, please go to thewomanwarrioracademy.com/empowerment retreats. All the details are there, and we promise that you will not be disappointed. We are going to do fitness work. We are going to do year planning work about how to live a life of purpose for 2025. There's going to be yoga. There's going to be meditation. We are going to have a couple of excursions, one to Manuel Antonio National Park, which I've been to several times and is literally the coolest national park you will ever go to. They have the sloth, which is literally the cutest animal. Did you see sloth in Belize?
No.
Okay.
No sloths.
Oh, my God.
Lizards.
Okay.
The tapir, I believe.
Sure. Yep.
I think that's there. Yeah.
But the sloth, oh my God, they're so cute.
Yeah.
And especially when the mama sloth and the baby sloth, they just move so slowly. Oh my God, they're adorable. But Manuel Antonio National Park, monkeys and sloths and all sorts of amazing creatures. And at the end of the nature tour, there is this gorgeous beach that you get to swim in and it's like bath water. And who does not want to be in Costa Rica in February?
Based on this weather right now, ooh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, get me out.
I don't honestly, I don't know how you're not wearing sleeves right now. Like, good for you because you're jacked as shit. But like, I had to put on long sleeves today.
Yeah, it's a good looking one too.
Oh my God. My clients actually today were just like, you're wearing sleeves. I'm like,
What's going on?
I'm like, it's either long sleeves or no sleeves.
Yeah.
I don't short sleeve.
No, this is my least favorite weather. When it's inversion-y like this, it's
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I really hope it doesn't stay for much longer.
I don't think it's going to.
No.
Anyway, back to the Costa Rica trip. In addition to Manuel Antonio National Park, we will also be going to Tortuga Island. We'll take a cruise out into the middle of the ocean on this beautiful exclusive island that you will get to participate in, and all sorts of beach activities that day. Lunch is served. It's a wonderful experience. And the retreat center that we stay at in Jaco, Costa Rica, is absolutely beautiful. You're amongst nature. Pools, nature walks, yoga, meditation, life planning, awesome women to hang out with. You do not want to miss it. Then
Our Dharma Circle.
Dharma Circle. So tell us a little bit about the adjustments of the Dharma Circle.
Yeah, we did a little bit of a facelift. So right now, especially probably 'tis the season.
Yes.
Money's always a challenge, I would say, this time of year. So we did drop the cost.
Yes, we did.
Down. I believe $700.
The new price is $700.
Yeah.
It was $3,000.
Yeah.
So we dropped it $2,300, friends.
Mm-hmm. And there is some adjustment. It's going to be primarily online.
Yes.
So it's going to be looking at the videos.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a quarterly meetup with myself and Satyavani. And it's going to be just a lot of kind of on your own self-study with the book, and then looking at the videos about the Dharma Circle, and really some self-reflection, and then jotting down any questions or any comments. And during those quarterly, basically meetings, ask us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we will have a kickoff meeting that will be live with all the participants and Prajna and I in January. And then we have quarterly meetings, and we will end with a closing next to December, so December 2025. But in between, you will be guided through instructional videos, which are pretty top-notch, that actually have also student participants in there, so you can also learn from them and the questions it is that they ask, that you will probably have the same questions of. And we will have a daily chat, so people can communicate with us through the chat. What's also really cool about the facelift, I love that word that you used, that we did, is that you will get a free annual membership to the Woman Warrior Academy online, which also gives you access to a whole bunch of other things, including the Ayurveda 101 course, which is a 6-session online course. You will also get access to the Ayurveda 108, 108 days of 8 very diligent practices, and the daily channel, and also the warrior chat. So there's other materials and other access that you have in addition to the exclusive Dharma Circle section of the Woman Warrior Academy online circle. So we've dropped it $2,300. You can't beat that with a stick. It's our Black Friday special, if that's what you want to call it, our holiday special. But really it is, there's a lot of women that we've discussed that really want to do it. But, you know, the economy has been a little tough over the past couple of years. They want to do it, but needed it to be less expensive. So we're like, okay, what can we do to meet the need?
Yeah.
What does this situation need? And so there you go, friends. So check out the Dharma Circle. Again, go to thewomanwarrioracademy.com, and you can look for the Dharma Circle right there, and you will see all the new details.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Love
Take
it.
the opportunity.
Super excited.
All right. So, wellness check-in.
Let's do it.
How have you been?
Well, since the last time we were together, I ran the Spartan Beast
Yes.
in Phoenix. Ooh, girl.
Uh-huh.
It was a beast.
Got the metabolism to prove it.
Oh, my goodness. It was absolutely wonderful. What was so fascinating, I was actually really happy, not that I would not have wanted you there, but I was actually happy that I ran it alone. I got I got some good alone time. You know how sometimes you just need to go and work out by yourself? Like
All the time.
You're like, I'm alone all the time. But it was very cool. How it was set up, it was at the Avondale Speedway in Phoenix, which is where they do the NASCAR races in Arizona. And how it was set up is what was really interesting that Spartan, I think they're experimenting with right now, is running the beast and the sprint together. Whereas usually the beast is its own day.
Yeah.
And then they do the super and the sprint together, but they seem to have mixed it. They're mixing it up a little bit, which was really interesting. So I had a 7:45 a.m. heat time, and in the desert without the sun up, it was freezing. And I'm like shorts and, tank and the whole thing. I've got the hydration pack on. And so started out from the speedway, and they stack probably about 12 obstacles right away, which is like, oh, okay, I'm familiar with these. Love me some monkey bars. It was cool. And they did the barbed wire crawl differently this time. You had barbed wire, and then you had to climb over a wall, and then there was more barbed wire. I was like, no, I don't like that, but I did it.
Yeah.
And then about mile 5 or 6, you're just running. And you're running into like mile 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that just sucks.
Yeah.
Like, as you know, running is not my specialty. You get different people in these races. There's some people like they're used to trail running. This is their thing, et cetera, but like can't really manage obstacles.
Yeah.
I could do the obstacles. The running is just like, ugh. I'd say that I did not I had to take 7 penalties out of the 30 obstacles, which wasn't bad.
Mm-mm.
And the majority of that was at the end because at about mile 6 or 7, my back locked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to try to climb that 7-foot wall. So in the middle of the desert, they had one obstacle, which was new to me, which was really cool. And I forgot what they call it, but it's like a rope, tied from end to end. And you got to latch onto it upside down and do one of these. It was like, very Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of fun. I was happy that I was able to do that. And then at the end, they were very mean and did a second sandbag carry, 40 pounds on the back, up and down the arena. And then, then there was a couple of obstacles at the end, and boom, that was it.
Yeah.
Super happy that I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said to Grayson today, because I met with Grayson, I'm not sure the super is my race.
The beast?
Yeah, I mean the beast.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm not sure that the beast is my race.
Yeah.
Just because, but I was very grateful that Holly Kerrigan, thank you for encouraging me to do the half marathon with you in Boise, because that was actually super helpful to know like what that distance feels like.
Mm-hmm.
It was a ton of fun, and I'm super happy that I did it. But I definitely think that the super and the sprint are more my distance, as well as like the decas.
Mm-hmm.
But like felt great except for the back lock up. Super happy that I did it. And I was, assessing this this past week, like, what did I do in 2024? And it was like completed a trifecta with the 3 races with Spartan, did 2 decas, ran a half marathon, ran a 5K, rather walked a 5K. It was for charity, and did a Murph. So like that was a good season.
Yeah.
Pretty psyched about that.
Nice.
Now it's bulking season, and I'm just eating and lifting heavy, and it's my favorite season.
Nice.
So it's been good.
Good.
But other than that, feel great. Thanksgiving, uneventful, except for Sparklight Cable having a power outage and not having Wi-Fi, which, thanks Sparklight.
Yep.
But good. I feel good going into the season.
Good.
Gonna get some rest this month, and then we start cranking in January.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, girl? What's up?
Physically, just really trying to get more protein in. That was one thing Thanksgiving. My parents, I think, are very happy that I eat meat again. And my mom now knows that she can cook for me again. So they're very happy that I eat, the food that they
eat,
that they give me. So I even took some turkey home. I'm like, give me some turkey. So finishing up the rest of that this week.
Nice.
So just really trying to get my protein up and build muscle. I mean, we have the goal of trying to build a pound of muscle every month for the next 3 months. So trying to work on that. And
you look like you well on your way, girl.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Get more walks in, trying to get, more active with steps, especially when the weather is like this.
Yeah.
Because it really sucks to go out there. But then once you're done and you've gone out there, it's like, okay, that was good.
I'm looking at it as this is my daily dose of fresh air.
Mm-hmm. Although right
I know. Although right now it's not super fresh. I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I get a good 30-minute walk with bonsai in the morning, and then I take it, try to get at least a 20-minute walk on my prep and
Love that.
anything else. At least you have those 2 walks then behind you. So anything else that I do on top of that is good. I usually do another walk with bonsai in the evening. So,
He did not want to go out today.
no.
I went over there today. I had to coax him out
That
with a
is
turkey
nap time.
jerky.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, I'm not going. I was like, I got this for you. He's like, all right, I'll do it. And then we get outside and he just keeps looking at the bag of food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hon, you get one. He's like, give me another. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll give you another, but you got to pee. And then he like danced around a little bit, did it. And then we went back inside. And then he looks at me with the face and is like, I would like another piece.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'll give you a carrot.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him a carrot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
She has the cutest dog.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
It's pretty adorable. And mentally, emotionally, just really working on just keeping it together for the remainder of the year.
Just trying to keep my shit together.
Yeah. Kids are really cranky this morning. So
Really?
that was a little rough. Yeah.
Okay.
I showed up first hour and I was like, we've talked about this, you guys. It's my psych class. I'm like,
Oh, they're your first hour. Psych.
yeah. I'm like, did y'all stay up real late and gave yourself jet lag, even though you know that that's what you do? And they're like, yes. I'm like, then you have no one to blame but yourself as to why you are like this. I'm like, lucky me that I get to deal with you guys in a cranky mood.
Cheers.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just rough. They just don't take
They're
care of
done.
them. They don't take care of themselves during breaks. And
What do they do during the break? I mean, I guess I'm just so far removed now.
they stay up really late playing video games or whatever
Really?
on their phone and just think, I don't have to be up until 11 for a whole week or noon or later for a whole week.
People do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
I felt like a bum sleeping in until like 5:30
I know.
during vacation. I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
But I mean, that's a huge difference. Like, it's just, yeah. Don't get me started. So there's that. So keeping that together, working, doing Nilakanta in the morning again. Which has been at least, I got to get in at least once.
I know.
And just take the 20 minutes to just start focusing on that mantra and just,
I started doing that.
yes,
when-
my mind wanders and I bring it back, and it's just so good to get that practice in. So that's been really nice.
I totally agree. That's been a game changer since we started doing that again.
Yeah.
I've been diligent with my 20 minutes. It's actually really interesting. I don't know if you feel this way with it, but this, like, getting reconnected with the practice, I actually feel like the 20 minutes goes by really fast.
It does.
Like back in the day, like when
Isn't it 20 minutes? Yeah.
right,
Is it
I was
20
just like, are we done? Are we done?
Yeah.
Are we done? Now I'm just like, I could sit here forever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you
glorious.
feel that way too.
Yeah.
It is glorious. Yes.
So, yeah, doing pretty good
Awesome.
overall.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, girl, you prepped our
I did.
segment today, and we're talking all about the holiday tips. So, like, talk to us about what you were thinking with all of these tips, and set the stage for us.
Well, yeah. I mean, the holidays can be really challenging for a lot of people on many different levels. And since we talk a lot about 5-body fitness and the koshas, it really does take all those levels and tips on all those levels to have a decent holiday. A lot of it does depend on your awareness of what you already do right now.
Yes.
And none of these tips are really going to help you that much if you make excuses as to why you can't do them. And so I'd refer to what we have on the board at FitBody and just say you have this many weeks to either make progress or this many weeks to make excuses. And
Agreed.
You always have that choice. And
I actually changed that on the board today to
Did
4
you?
weeks.
I love it.
I changed it from 8 to 4
Yeah.
because we're that close now.
Yeah. So I just feel like not only are we in the holiday season, but we're in the season of I'm going to make excuses for what I do because it's the holidays. And
I'm seeing it actually in the HBC challenge that we're doing at Fit Body. People are not chiming in as much.
yeah,
And actually a couple of people were like, I'm not doing that great with my reading or my journaling. You know, and it's like, I told them, I said, rally this week with the things that you're not doing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's a daily battle. And so I just thought, come up with some of the main culprits and try to give some people some tips through an Ayurvedic lens.
I love that.
And, how does Ayurveda see some of these issues and how can Ayurveda help?
All right.
So,
let's lay it on. So how many tips do you have for us today?
we have 5.
I like
So,
the 5 koshas.
Yeah. 5 just seems
Fitness. I know.
It just seems like a magic number.
It's a great number.
So I didn't really put them in any specific order.
That's okay.
So I suppose we could start with just the first one and go through. So my first one was avoiding skipping meals.
Yes.
So I feel like a lot of the times during the holidays, that this party's coming. That this, family food time is coming. And
Family food time.
You just decide to fast all day so you can just gorge yourself at night.
Food, folks, and fun.
Yeah, the triple Fs. So you just, you fast all day and then you just gorge yourself thinking, I deserve this.
Right.
I fasted all day and just,
Nope.
yeah. So
I'm so happy that you put this at the top of the list. Do not avoid skipping meals or I'm going to fast so that I can party at night. And this is why. Your digestive fire, known as Agni, needs to burn at a regular pace. Yeah. If you decide that you're going to do these great swings in your eating, it's going to affect the effectiveness of your Agni. I am not going to eat, then your flame, your digestive fire, goes down, and it becomes harder for you to digest, metabolize, and eliminate. Then, all of a sudden, you bum rush your system with all of this food that may or may not even be familiar to your body. No. Like, how many people are really eating slices and slices of pumpkin pie or cookies on the regular? Like people are like, yeah, I like cake, I like cookies, etc. And sometimes we don't always make the best choices. But on the regular, when people like make their grocery list and they go shopping, that's not necessarily something that people are used to. And also the potency of it, like the richness.
Yeah.
Times during the holidays, like the pumpkin pie with the heavy cream or the apple pie with the brown sugar, like your system is just like, whoa, dude, like what's going on here?
It goes deeper into the food combining that we talk about in Ayurveda.
Yep,
yeah,
exactly. So you're also then with the overloading the system when you're not fasting because you think like, oh, there's a psychology around this. I will fast so that I can then later on overload the system. If the food combinations are not appropriate, that's going to upset your digestive fire as well. And then what happens is you go from a low flame where your digestive fire can't digest, metabolize, or eliminate. You go into overload where all of a sudden your system's going, oh my God, not only am I not ready for this avalanche, but this combination is like, how do I deal with dairy and fish and high carbs and all of this all at one time?
Yeah.
And then it's like inflammatory response.
Yeah. So avoiding skipping
I
meals.
got so excited.
So if we're thinking about avoiding skipping meals, again, one, just try not to do it, making better choices throughout the day, making them small meals throughout the day. So you're not completely dousing your Agni. And then I think that probably directly leads into the third one, but we might as well go into it second, is the overeating. Oh. So if you're eating smaller meals throughout the day to avoid, squashing your Agni, then getting to that meal that you really want to eat, good food or stuff at, then we got to look at tips as to how to avoid the overeating. So tell us a little bit about.
The tip to overeating is this.
Because Ayurveda has only till you're 80% full, right?
75 to 80.
75 to 80.
75% to 80.
Yeah.
The thing with overeating specifically is, you should not be changing your eating patterns just because it's a holiday. Like, eat your meals at the same exact times and eat the quantity that you're used to.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you can't have turkey or potatoes or whatever, but like, do you have to have so much of it?
Like, I'm never going to have this again kind of thing.
Right? Like, it's so interesting, the scarcity mentality people get around the holidays.
That's good.
You know? They get a scarcity mentality of like, oh my goodness, I am never going to be able to have stuffing again.
I won't get this again until next year or the next holiday.
Right. 365, you are never going to have cranberry sauce ever again. The reality is you can go to the store and get it next week. It will be there. So there's also a mentality that caters to the overeating.
So in a society of abundance, we have a scarcity mentality around the abundancy that we have.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And also, again, digestion starts in the mind. If we feel that we are not going to be able to ever get it, or I can't get enough, or this may never happen again, we're already digesting thoughts that are activating our digestive process, our Agni, before we've even put anything in our mouth.
Oh, wow.
So like, oh my goodness, if I don't have this, I'm never going to be able to have pumpkin pie again. And so people then are like, I've got to get as much of it as I possibly can. It's no different actually than like Black Friday.
Yeah.
When people are like, I have to go to the store, race down the aisles, hoard as much as I can in my shopping cart, because that 65-inch flat screen television is not going to be there next week. I can guarantee it will be there next week, and it'll probably
be cheaper.
Exactly. It'll be on sale.
Yeah.
Jai Bhagwan, Woman Warriors, Dr. Satyavani here, and I'm here to invite you to our Costa Rica Escape for the Woman Warrior this February from the 7th to the 15th, 2025. You are not going to want to miss this. My co-host and beautiful bestie, Prajna Madhavi, and I are going to be leading a fantastic retreat for 7 days. And here's some of the highlights. San Jose, the city, for a couple of days. And then we're going to Jaco on the Pacific side of Costa Rica to enjoy the jungle, the beach, and all of the great food and events that Costa Rica has to offer. So if you are indeed interested, we would love to have you join us this February 2025. You can go to our website, thewomanwarrioracademy.com/empowerment retreats. So part of the overeating is we have a scarcity mentality, which that is part of our gunic makeup. You know, that idea, are we in a rajasic state, a sattvic state, or
tamasic?
Tamasic,
Yes.
exactly. Overeating is the result of a tamasic state.
Yeah.
So if we're like very
Inertia.
heavy, you know, and lethargic, et cetera, that's what leads to overeating. It affects our digestion. So the tip with this is, in order to prevent overeating, eat your meals at the same exact time all the time and eat the quantity that you normally do.
So you're talking about mindset. Is there a way to calm the mind before you have a meal? Would it be sort of just sitting with it?
Yes. So
Okay.
we always talk about it is
Yeah.
not just what you eat, but how you eat.
Yeah.
And part of that is, you know, take a moment when you put your plate together, you know, take a moment to have prayer, give thanks, gratitude, chant, you know, express gratitude to the people that are around you. Like, prep that baby in the mind so that that digestive process is super smooth. People often think that like digestion only happens in the small intestine, the stomach, the large intestine. It starts here.
Yeah.
And if this is clear and free of anxiety, if we're going into it tense, and that's why it's always interesting around holidays when people's families come together, et cetera, and everybody's always worried about the stress and the anxiety and all that kind of stuff. People's digestive systems are already fucked before they even sat down at the table, because they're like, oh my God, if I don't make the potatoes right, my mother-in-law is not going to be happy.
Uncle Jim going to say this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're just like, stop, people, just stop. Like, enjoy the abundance. And then that moves us away from scarcity, keeps us in a rhythm. Like, in all of this, routine, routine, routine.
How many times should you chew your food?
The recommendation in Ayurveda is you should chew your food 32 times before you swallow.
Which would also help you not overeat.
Because what that does now, and I realize that not all foods you're going to be able to chew 32 times.
Mashed potatoes,
exactly. Like mashed potatoes, like that thing goes down like butter, or oatmeal, But if there are foods that are chewable, we should chew 32 times, because what happens is that it starts to get liquefied. Digestive enzymes in the mouth start to kick in, and the process by which it goes down the esophagus and through all of the channels, et cetera, is a lot smoother. So we're moving away from shoveling and guzzling.
I would actually, now that I think about it, some of the best foods for you take more time to chew.
Yes.
If you think about vegetables and meat, those take longer to chew than something like
beans
ice
and
cream.
legumes. Right. Yeah, exactly. Ice cream, you're like, stir it out.
Or your pumpkin pie.
Exactly.
Like that, yeah.
And I'm not busting on pumpkin pie. Like, believe me, like a girl loves her, piece of pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all good. But you also don't need to have like half the pie. Just like delight
Smaller
in
portions.
Delight in the little parts of it. Like, why not have just like little bits of everything that would make up your normal meal size?
Yeah, like when you have office parties and things because we always have these extra things that we have to do during the holidays. Like, oh, you've got a work function. You've got,
of which is like, I'm not going.
Yeah, I'm just not going.
I'm just not going.
Yeah, I won't see you there. Okay.
Thanks for the invite. Not coming.
So that's how I deal with it. Yeah, I'm not going to be there. But
and it's no offense.
No.
It's just like, it's just not what you want to do.
Yeah.
And like, also like, to that end, be okay with saying no. It's a complete sentence. If you don't want to go to the holiday party at your job or your spouse's or partner's job or the community center or whatever, don't go. You don't have to.
Yeah.
And again, like, if you feel obligated and you're going and it's against how it is that you feel about it, that causes disturbance in the mind. And then we go from a rajasic state in the mind where we're like kind of amped up and like you're anxious and I don't want to go.
Which kind of leads to our next one is don't drink your calories. So if you're...
Alcohol's a big one.
Yeah, if you're going in a rajasic state and you're nervous and like, where's the alcohol? I got to loosen my nerves. So
a pop of Valium, chug a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And it's not just alcohol, but alcohol is a big one.
It's a big one. And we've actually been talking about this at Fit Body with those that are in the HBC challenge. I think it's funny because...
And it is my try this, not that today. So
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. So I won't preempt it with that. But the alcohol, yes, don't drink your calories, whether it's alcohol or,
eggnog
or soda pop or
hot
chocolates, or your Starbucks hot dessert,
peppermint, whatever.
Oh my God, with
triple latte, whatever you get. Yeah.
I was passing by a Starbucks today and like seeing people go through the drive-through and like they've got the full,
the white tops.
Yeah,
sticking out.
Right, white tops.
Yeah.
White tops with swirls. I'm just like, you realize that's ice cream, right? And like 2,000 calories. The largest thing actually with all of that is sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar causes inflammatory responses, friends. So and it was very interesting because this week at Fit Body, people were dragging ass. And a lot of it had to do with their bodies were not used to the amount of sugar. And these folks are actually pretty committed to their nutrition. And so for them, like having that one extra cookie, boom.
Yeah.
So like, even what you're like, oh, I'm not eating a whole pie. You don't actually have to eat a whole pie.
You experienced that this week. You had some sugar and you're like, what happened to my body?
Oh my God, it was terrible. Like it was a code red situation. I don't want to be a TMI here, but a code red situation. I come out and Praj's like, you okay? I'm like, girl. And literally had a small little like tea cake size little key lime and not good. And also, like for me, the inflammatory response I get is I get achy in the joints. So the sugar and the inflammation is going to go to the weakest part of your body. So if you've had past injuries, if you're prone to migraine headaches, if you're prone to TMJ or things like that, you are going to feel that sugar overload in your joints. And so a lot of people wake up with a sugar hangover.
Yeah.
And again, not a lot can really cause that. The thing that I was actually pretty excited about, even though that bit of sugar that causes some digestive code red distress was not my favorite situation, it did prove to me how clean my system is and how efficient it is. Because my body's like, oh, no, we're not doing this.
Because I had a level of that, but it wasn't like yours.
It was like, boom, I'm out. I'm out. So, yeah. So don't drink your calories.
Mine was more like, I have normal digestion.
You're like, this actually helped me. That's funny. But don't drink your calories. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Avoiding exercise.
Oh God, this whole thing.
I'm too busy. I have to do this. I have to buy gifts. I have to go do that.
Yeah.
You take one thing out, it's usually one of the best things for you. So you take out your exercise because you just don't have time for it. So yeah, it's kind of like a choose your hard situation.
Yep.
So
that's just flat bullshit.
Yeah.
Your life has not changed just because of the holidays. You've chosen to allow it to change. There is no reason why you can't still do your exercise routine. Yes, we all have like family demands and, quote, family demands or obligations that we want to fulfill. Or, we just want to spend time with people because we have more time and space during the holidays. Then make it active.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you have to do your same exact exercise routine, but
get everybody out for like a 10-minute walk after you eat. Like
Exactly.
It's simple things.
It's super simple. Before, after, or get up before everybody else does in the house and go work out. And then when you come back, it's off your plate. My recommendation actually with exercise, because a lot of people are just like, oh, I want to sleep in, or get it done first thing.
Yeah.
Get it done first thing. It's no questions asked. You get up, you do the thing, and then you're done. And then it's banked for the rest of the day. Exercise is actually even more important during the holidays. It's an excellent stress release, and it can also be a really fantastic social thing to do.
Yeah. With
your family, with your close friends, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty excited that on Thanksgiving, there's a lot of people at the gym. So it's like they're prepping for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now don't stop exercising, because it's also the rule of two. If you miss one day, okay, it happens. If you miss a second day, guaranteed that slope is going down right after that. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, I haven't worked out in 2 weeks. And it's a lot harder to come back from 2 weeks than it is from 2 days.
Yep. So choose your hard.
Choose the hard.
It's hard to get up early, but it's also hard to get back on the horse after 2 weeks of not.
And from an Ayurvedic perspective, as it relates to exercise, actually, like, a little bit goes a long way. Like just enough sweat on the brow, underneath the armpits, heart rate up, you're good to go. So it doesn't have to be like, I'm in there killing it. You can do just a little bit. And you know what? The easiest thing to do is sign up and go to a class.
Yeah.
Go to a class, the set time. You don't have to manage it. You don't have to, oh, what am I going to do today? Go to the class, do the hot yoga, do the regular yoga, go to the HIIT class, whatever it is. Les Mills, body pump.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Yeah. It's great.
Awesome. These are good, girl. I'm sorry.
The last one I had, which I think encompasses all of these, and we've already spoken about it, but it's watching your energy.
Oh, yeah.
So you already talked a lot about, the association with the mind and its relationship with food. So how do we need to watch? What's Ayurveda say about watching your energy?
That's a great one. you have to be responsible for your own energy. One of the things that I hear a lot, especially around the holidays, is like, oh, well, so and so in my family just, they've got toxic energy, et cetera. Like that may be true. I mean, we all have that, in our family. And at the same time, the only person who can change that is you.
Yeah.
You can choose to either be in that environment or not. You can choose how you respond to that. And this is why, like, we talk a lot about this in the Dharma Circle, about mastering your emotions. And I think part of watching your energy is also doing practices that are going to help you do that. So like we talked about in our wellness check-in, our Nilakanta meditation.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be that form. It could be another form of meditation or breathing, or even just going out for that healthy walk, getting yourself grounded, etc. So a lot of people give their energy away. And what that translates into is they're giving their prana away, their life force away. And that gets very rapidly depleted. And that has happened on a voluntary basis. And then they're bitter about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so-and-so sucked this energy. No, you offered that up. You offered it up.
You allowed it.
Right. And like, yes, are there like energy vampires out there? 100%. But how you respond and interact with that is solely up to you. And so like, get very real with yourself. And like, we all get sucked into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get sucked into it with my family sometimes. I'm like, but then it's like, oh, wait a minute. You're allowing this to happen. So the awareness, as you always speak about, and engaging practices, pranayama, breathing practices, meditation practices, walking in nature, yoga nidra, even just being with your pet and just, petting the pet and just like feeling the purr, or the breathing of the pet, et cetera, is great ways to manage your energy. And don't put yourself in situations that are going to cause you to become agitated.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You are an adult. You can make your own decisions.
Yes.
It's just like, hey, you're coming to my holiday. No, I'm not coming to your holiday party. Why? Because I don't want to. Not because I don't love you. It is not personal. I don't want to. There's only so much prana in our bank account every single day.
Yeah.
And if you're just pimping it out, it's going to get depleted very, very quickly.
Yeah. I also, something that you mentioned with when you're eating, being grateful and having gratitude and talking with people around, yet so many times we're watching football games or we're watching holiday movies are not the worst.
Gaming.
There's some really endearing, gaming. So being very cognizant of that as well. Are you just scrolling through your phone while you're eating Christmas dinner, or are you really being present with your food? I mean, all of these really tie in with each other.
Those are great points.
So,
yep. You're spot on with that.
Yeah.
And you also have to realize that whatever actions you're taking, like if you're scrolling through your phone, et cetera, part of the mindfulness is also it's a two-way street. You have to realize that you doing that is also impacting the energy of other people. So if you want to do that and people that you are around are accepting of that, that's one thing. But if you're going to somebody's house and you're sitting on the couch and you're scrolling, you're not engaging in conversation, you are having an impact on the other people that are there. And maybe the best decision is for you just not to be there.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah. Love it.
These are great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So we are at the try this, not that, girl.
Yeah.
So let's hear it. It's all about alcohol today.
Yeah. So along with the drinking everything but water, we did mention how bad it is, like the sugar and the alcohol content, of course, but we want to give you some options. So with alcohol in particular, can't really help you on the Starbucks stuff. Other than
I don't think any of us can help.
Yeah.
We're like, no.
But
just don't drink it.
Yeah.
Just don't drink the Starbucks.
I don't know. Black coffee with a little creamer. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But with the alcohol, there are some definite options out there. So you mentioned a particular place out in Kuna.
Yes.
A tea spot.
Yep. So Tony owns a company here in Kuna called Divine Lotus Tea Company. You can look it up on the internet. And she has amazing herbal blends. So shout out to you, Tony. One in particular is called Bride's Bliss.
Okay.
And if you know, it's loose leaf. Put it in whatever, tea ball or a tea sachet, et cetera. Make it like you would a regular tea, and then combine that with some sparkling water, and it actually tastes like champagne.
Nice.
And it looks like champagne.
Awesome.
So, and you're getting all of the herbal yumminess with that. So for those of you that are in the local Boise area, and even if you're not, she has a website and you can order that online. So
great for New Year's celebrations or whatnot.
Yep. Divine Lotus Tea Company.
Yeah. I love kombucha. I mean, kombucha
all about the
has
booch.
Tiny bit of alcohol or fermentation in it,
Yep.
But not nearly as much as a lot of others. Do watch the sugar content in kombucha as well. We also have a local company. I know you normally get the mojito.
The mojito one from Good Vibes.
Yeah, Good Vibes. So they have a really, again, local business.
Yep.
They do a great job with.
There's also a gal who, I don't know the name of her company, but she provides the kombucha, and specifically the coconut lime one, at Caffeina.
Okay. Oh, that is a good one.
Oh, so good.
Actually, both of those are really good.
Yeah.
But that one is.
I'm kind of into that one.
Yeah.
So whoever it is that is supplying and I know that she's local because I remember asking one of the folks behind the counter.
Okay.
Definitely at Caffeina on Overland, and I believe also the one that's on State Street.
Pretty sure, yeah.
So the coconut lime one is perfect.
Awesome.
Yep.
And then along the lines with, again, being responsible for yourself. So if you're going to a party that you know has alcohol, my try this, not that is like bring your own beverage.
BYOB, man.
I don't think people are going to be, maybe I'm wrong, but I've never had someone super offended when I just bring my own kombucha.
And if they are, that's the wrong party for you. Don't go to that party.
And just bring your own so that you don't feel pressured to have theirs and say like, oh no, I'm good. I've got my own. I mean, a lot of that is just confidence and awareness as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So try this, not that. That's it for today, is try some of those other alternatives versus the alcohol, which under Ayurveda is essentially a poison for your body.
It is a poison.
Yeah.
And there's a whole litany of information about why it is a poison. Now, in some cases, like you've mentioned before, alcohol...
When you have a particular imbalance that calls for...
Exactly. Like it can be used medicinally, no different than rubbing alcohol, that kind of thing. But in general, it is considered a poison to the system. And like at the end of the day, yes, I know people like, oh, wine and fine wines and, Scotch, and how could you not want, a good Scotch from the Scotch Highlands? Like, I totally understand those kinds of things, as specialty items and crafts. And we're not saying like don't ever have an alcoholic beverage, but in general, there's really not a whole lot of upside to it.
Yeah. Again, just remember every time you wake up after drinking alcohol and how you feel.
Which is no different
than... You feel poisoned.
Right, which is no different than the overeating hangover.
Yeah.
Like... Those two things are really the same.
Yeah. Sugar
hangovers and alcohol hangovers, because the majority of it is sugar. Same thing, folks.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You have a truth bomb for us
today?
today?
I do have a truth bomb. So the truth bomb this round, and we're hoping that Tina Fuller will come back and do her segment on our show about being contagious. But in the meantime, we're doing the truth bomb. So I saw this clip on Instagram, Kobe Bryant. This was cool. And this actually ties into watching your energy. And he says, I have a hard time with being around people who don't demand excellence of themselves. And that hit me. I was like, oh my God, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, we're around, people and all the time. And like, what is it that's not clicking with me, with this person? And I can definitely relate to that, because it's like, if people don't demand excellence of themselves, like, I'm not your girl. What do you think?
Well, I immediately think of when you go to the doctor. If your doctor doesn't look healthy, why would you even take their advice?
Yes.
Because they're not seeing excellence in their health. So why would you listen to them about yours?
Yep.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, I see it in the classroom every day. I see those kids who demand excellence from themselves, no matter what assignment I give them.
Mm-hmm.
And then those are just like, is this good enough? Okay.
Yeah. See, it's that.
Sure.
Right. The good enough part, like that
Yeah.
just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah. Good enough for what?
Right.
For you, for me.
Right.
Like, yeah. And that's hard to watch. Yeah.
So the truth bomb here is, friends, do you demand excellence of yourself? And do you demand excellence of the people that you surround yourself with? And depending on where you fall on that side of the fence, you will keep that same company. And that leads into, your energy navigation. Do you want to be around people that demand excellence of themselves, that have a higher vibration? Or you okay with like, is this okay?
Are you creating a wolf pack
Yep.
or
A rat pack.
a rat pack? I don't know.
Not to say that rats, are demanding excellence of themselves, but, or a poop pack.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it. Anything else?
No, that was all I had.
These are great.
today.
5
Yeah.
holiday tips, friends. Make sure that you check in on them. If you have any questions, ask us in the comments of our YouTube channel or even on our Spotify channel, or just email us at support@thewomanwarrioracademy.com and we will get back to you on that. This was awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I can't believe we're coming to the end of a year.
I know.
Tell us what you're doing to conclude the end of the year. Are you going to use these 4 weeks and just waste your time? Or are you going to use it as a launch pad to take off in 2025? It's good stuff, friends.
Yeah.
We are so happy that you joined us. And make sure that you come to Costa Rica with us because it's going to be a kick-ass time. Check out the Dharma Circle. And if you have any questions or comments, you know how to find us. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. And Jai Bhagwan, may your soul be victorious.
Is life hard? Yeah, it's really fucking hard. And you can also have the life it is that you want. You just got to work for it.